yoga for runners. I went for a 1-hour run yesterday and I'm sore everywhere from the waist down. So we're just gonna stretch that all out. So grab a strap if you have one. We'll use it at the end of class. You could also use a belt or a scarf. I have a blanket just to cushion my knee because I smashed it with a dumbbell this morning. So that's always an option to make lunges more comfortable for you. And we'll get started. So find a comfortable seat, and we're just gonna start in a forward fold. So extending your legs out in front of you. You can sit up tall to start and then fold forwards. And we'll have the feet flexed, so pushing out through the heels, toes pointing back. Breathing into those hamstrings. And then we're going to point the toes. Nice strong point. Stay folded forward. Feeling that stretch through the fronts of the ankles, fronts of the feet, anywhere that you might be tight. And then one more time, we're going to flex. Spread the toes. Notice if your toes are kind of pointing outward, and see if you can make the feet parallel. And then again, point. And inhale to come up. Coming into a half straddle, so left leg out, right leg in, and then we're going to fold straight forwards. Keeping that foot flexed. Maybe resting the head down. And then walking those hands a little bit closer to your left leg. Head can come back down. And then left arm to the inside of the leg, right arm can reach up. And if you're going deeper, you can extend the arm over towards the foot. And inhale, come up. Switching sides, folding forward. And walking those hands a little closer to the right leg. And then right arm to the inside of the leg, left arm reaching up, or maybe extending over towards the foot. And then inhale, come up. So you can keep your left foot where it is, take the right foot on the ground in front of you, and then grab the outer edge of the foot with the right hand and extend the leg out through the heel. Then we're going to bring the foot over to the left, and we're going to twist to the right. So you can take the right hand on the ground behind you and look over your right shoulder. Make sure that you keep your foot flexed, so really press out through that heel. Try to sit up tall, and then draw that leg over to the left. Other side. So we can bring that right foot in. The right hand is going to grab the outside of the left foot, kick out through the heel, and then guide the foot over to the right as you twist to the left, looking over the left shoulder. Really strong kick out through the heel. And then release. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide. Heels come in nice and close. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale to fold forwards. Firmly pressing feet into one another, knees energetically moving down towards your mat. Breathe. And inhale, coming up. Plant the sole of your left foot onto the ground. You can bring your hands behind you and kind of lean back. And then right ankle onto the left knee. So if this is too much, you can extend that left leg completely straight. And if you want more, you can bring that left heel in nice and close to your glute. And then while we're here, we're just gonna circle the ankle around. So just in one direction for now. And keep lifting up that chest. And then switching directions. And then switching sides. Left ankle onto the right knee. Bringing that shin in as close to the chest as you can to find that stretch. And then you can circle the ankle around. And other direction. And release. And we'll come on to the knees. So we're gonna sit back onto the feet. Toes are untucked. If the ankles are really tight, stay here. If you're going deeper, lean back and lift the knees up. Hands can be on the ground, or you can bring your hands to your knees. Finding that stretch through the tops of the feet, the fronts of the ankles. Probably feeling it a little more in one side than the other. One more breath. And then just slowly coming out. Come onto the hands and knees. Gently roll the ankles around. And then we're going to bring the right foot right into the arch of the left foot and sit back onto the feet. So if the arches of your feet are really tight like mine, this might be a little bit uncomfortable. You can always take a little weight off by leaning forwards if you need. And then let's release and switch sides. So left foot into the arch of the right foot. Tuck the toes and sit back onto the feet. Try to get all 10 toes onto the mat. Take about 5 breaths here. Same thing, if you need to take off a little bit of weight, you can lean forwards. Onto the hands and knees and just roll the ankles, scrunch the toes. And then we'll come into downward facing dog, tuck the toes under and walk it out. So you can pedal the heels, bending into one knee then the other. You can move however you need to here. And then press both heels down towards the mat, lift the sit bones. Maybe lift the toes. Really getting into the hamstrings, the calves. And then you can bring all the weight into the left foot. Right foot can just wrap around your left calf. And then other side, pressing that right heel down. And then both feet. We're going to walk the hands back until you're in a forward fold. And then maybe just wrapping the arms around the legs here. Relax your neck. And see if you can shift your weight more forwards into your feet. And then let's bend the knees, and we're just going to roll up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Stand up tall. Maybe roll the shoulders back. Coming into a quad stretch. So right heel to the glute. You can grab the foot with both hands. Try to keep your knees together. If you need to, you can hold on to the wall. And tuck your tailbone. And then other side. And release. So we're going to cross the right leg over in front of the left and then fold forwards. Really ground down through the inner edges of your feet. One more breath. And then we'll switch. So just bring the left in front of the right and fold. And then plant your palms, come back into your downward dog. Again, you can walk it out here. And then find stillness in your down dog for a moment, and then just move your hips from side to side. Nice and slow. And then we'll go a little further, so you can lift your heels, bring your heels down. So come to the outer edge of your right foot, inner edge of your left foot. Really lift that left hip up. And then switch. Lifting that right hip down to the sides of the feet. And then come back to center. Come back down to your hands and knees. And we'll come into a lunge. So step that left foot forwards. And let the hips move forward and down. And then shift your hips back, toes point up. And we'll move between those two a couple times. So inhale to come forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hips come forward. Exhale, shift the hips back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, back. Staying here this time. Coming into that hamstring stretch. Forward into that lunge, and we'll stay here. Really press those hips forward. All right, lift the back toes And then just step back. You can come into a downward dog in between. Right foot comes forward. Lower that left knee. And then we'll move back and forth. So inhale. Exhale, shift the hips back, fold forward. Inhale, push the hips forward, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and staying here, breathe into that right hamstring. Come forwards into your lunge, pushing those hips forward until you feel a nice good stretch in front of that left hip, into the hip flexor. And then we'll push back, downward facing dog. And walk it out. Alright, so stepping the right foot to the outside of the right hand, lower that left knee down. Oh no, I need that blanket again. Right after I kicked it away. So the right foot is at the outer edge of your mat. Yeah, right foot at the outer edge of your mat. Left hand can come to the left edge of your mat. Lean over to the left, right hand to your knee, and then twist to the right. Get those hips nice and low here, and you can stay right here. If you're going deeper and want to get into that back quad, you can bend the knee and grab onto the foot. And then if you still feel okay, you can start to draw the heel in towards your glute. And then release. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, step back, down dog, step forward, other side. Left foot to the outer edge of your foot, lower that right knee down. Right hand to the right edge of your mat, left hand to your knee, twist to the left, gaze over left shoulder. And if you're taking it deeper, you can bend the back knee, maybe grab onto the foot, maybe draw the heel in towards the glute. And release. Plant the palms, tuck the back toes, downward facing dog. Moving into pigeon, right knee to the right wrist, lower the left knee, maybe inch it back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward. So the more parallel your shin is to the front of your mat, the deeper the stretch is. So if it's too much, draw the heel in closer. If you need a little bit more, scooch the foot up. And if you need more support under that right hip, you can place a block or a cushion there. exhale, come up to your palms. Tuck your back toes. Push back, downward dog, walk it out. Left knee to the left wrist. Lower the right knee down, maybe inch it back. Inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, fold forward. And just breathing into wherever you feel tension. And then tuck your toes, last downward dog, and walk it out. Maybe press those heels down. And then we're gonna come onto our backs. So maybe using a strap here. So we'll bring the strap around the right foot. So extend the leg, left leg out onto your mat, right leg up. And then for the first one, you just pull that foot in, the leg up and back, getting into the hamstring. And then with the strap in your right hand, your leg can start to come out to the right. Bring your left hand onto your hip and just make sure that left hip stays down. And then coming back up and over to the left. Maybe bringing the strap into your left hand. And so usually you don't have to go too far to feel a stretch here. But if you want to make this a twist, you can keep going until your foot comes to the ground. I don't really have the room for that option. And I feel a good stretch here anyways. And come back to center. Bend your right knee. We'll come in to thread the needle. So right ankle to the left knee. Reaching through to your shin or thigh and then pulling that knee in towards you. And as you pull the left knee in towards you, so your left or your right ankle comes closer to you, you can energetically push the right knee away from you. And then you can release your hands, cross the right thigh over the left, and we'll come into a twist. So shift your hips to the right, and then let the knees fall all the way over to the left. And gaze over your right shoulder. And then come back to center. We'll do all that on the other side. I'm just gonna flip around. So bring the strap around the left foot. Right leg can be straight out onto your mat, or you can keep it bent. And then we'll just hold on to the strap, getting deeper into that left side. And then strap into the left hand. You can bring the leg out to the left. And then coming up through center, bring the strap into the right hand, guiding your foot over to the right. Release. Left ankle to the right knee, thread the needle, reaching through and pulling that right knee in towards you. Then the left leg crosses over the right, shift your hips to the left, and knees fall to the right, maybe gazing over left shoulder. And then come back to center. Bring your hips to center. Hug your knees to your chest, and then bring your forehead to your knees. Squeeze yourself into a ball. Rest your head back down, and we'll finish off with happy baby. So grabbing the outer edges of the feet. If you can't reach the feet, you can grab onto your ankles or just behind the knees. Wherever you are, just pulling downwards so the knees start to move closer to the ground. And we'll start in stillness. So first, just drawing your tailbone towards your mat and try to flatten your low back against your mat and breathe into your hips. And then if you want to add some movement, you can maybe rock from side to side. You can play around with bringing the feet closer together, further apart, maybe extending one leg and then the other, maybe both. And if there's any last movement that you need before Shavasana, you can take that now. And then when you're ready, just getting comfortable for Shavasana, final relaxation. If you have a blanket, a little chilly, you could always put that blanket on top of it. So take your arms and legs out as wide as you'd like and get out any little fidgets, adjustments that you need so you can be completely comfortable. Maybe slightly tucking the shoulder blades underneath you so the heart is open. Just doing a scan of your body. Mindfully relax all the muscles, all the joints, until all the tension of the body melts away. And I'll call you back soon. And taking a deep breath into your belly. And gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll your wrists and ankles. Maybe rock your head from side to side. Stretch your arms up overhead. Point your toes. Take a big stretch all the way down to your toes. And another deep breath. And then hug your knees into your chest. Little rock from side to side. You can roll over to one side. And then use the help of your hands to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. So I hope you enjoyed that Yoga for Runners class. So this is a great class to do after your run. If you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.